What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another galactic video. Today we're here with LJ. What did you do this weekend, dude?
So today I went to, or not today, yesterday I went to a 1K and we played Boba Green. So
Boba
we got
Green.
to
Let's
showcase
see.
Boba
Woo!
with the ECL, and then at this tournament I got top 8. So,
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, we did it. Went to the tournament, tested heavily for it. Went 5-1, lost round 1, won the next 5. Then once we got top 8, we just split the credit, just kind of amongst everybody.
There you go.
So yeah, I placed. I think it was either 4th or 5th. I can't remember which one it was because I knew I was playing the Sabine player in top 8. So
Right.
I knew I was one of those two. So
Fair enough. Yeah, the same Sabine player that beat you in round 1, right?
yeah. I was like,
He's like, y'all want to split? Let's get up out of there. We ain't trying to do that again. He gonna nut draw you again.
Yeah,
No,
I
sir.
drew pretty poor, and then he drew pretty well. He played amazing though. But yeah, I played against a Sabine. Then I played Leia, Krennic, Leia.
Oh wow, a lot of Leia.
Yeah,
A lot of Leia. Jeez, must be a good matchup for you, huh?
Yeah, once you really figure it out, it's kind of just pretty easy.
You just bob them. Fair enough.
You just both. Y'all flip at the same time, you barrage them, game's over. So.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the video. We can talk some more about the decks and stuff after the video.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
so going with the low cost guys. Got
Woo.
3 Greedo.
Looking good.
Got 2 of the Crafty Smuggler.
Like it.
And 3 of the Seasoned Shore Trooper. So right here, you could really choose the difference between the two. Like if you want to play 3 of the Crafty Smuggler or if you want to play 3 of the Seasoned Shore Trooper. I like playing 3 of the Shore Trooper for the simple fact of when you draw it late, it's playable. This is also still good late, but nowhere near the 4 power.
Yeah, the 4 can definitely probably come up where you're trying to close the game out. Maybe that extra 2 damage actually matters.
Yeah, and then I wanted 1 more. I didn't want to do 3/3, so I just left 1 Viper inside the deck. I'm not really a big fan of the card in general, but just being able to ECL a Sabine down or anything like that is just very important, which none of these besides Greedo can do. So having 4 things that can kind of just trade on the Sabine turn 1 is very important.
Fair.
And then the last of the 2 drops is the 3 Cartel Spacer.
Ooh.
Just card's insane, just like 2 mana. If you have another yellow unit, you could tap 4 or less and play. Really good when you just take initiative, tap down their first thing. Really good against like K2. That's like the main one where you could just steal that initiative and then boom, just tap your guy, lost all the tempo. Plus it's a space unit, so it helps you go into space on turn 1.
Fair.
So,
Sometimes you need that.
So that's it for the low drops.
Okay.
I really wouldn't change anything. I like the 1 Viper. It's pretty interesting. Then for 3 drops, got 2 of the Flya for the aggro decks. While you have initiative, restore 2. A lot of people play 3. Some people play none. I just want to play 2 because I'm a 2-of type of guy. I don't want to draw too many of them, and plus you can't put them in play off of Vaders, so I don't want to have too many non-villain cards in my deck.
Right. But generically, you might need it against the Sabine matchup, so
yeah,
we're gonna need them.
Yeah,
we're gonna
definitely.
need them.
And also, one thing that you do when you play a aggro matchup is your opponent goes 1/3 rate 2 that's in space.
Mm-hmm.
You take initiative, don't play anything on turn 1. Activate Energy Conversion Lab and just kill it with your 3/3 space unit. You won't take damage for like 3 turns, it feels. And like when you're flipping your Boba, you're at like 24, 22 at the lowest. Like you're in that 20 range, so they're just really dead at that point.
Fair
So
enough.
if you take that line, the aggro matchup gets better for you, for sure. 3 Super Laser.
Whew.
This guy's just,
Crazy.
a lot of tempo. You can ECL him to make an aggressive flip on 4 resources. So you go to 5 and flip your Boba. He's just a good 3-drop, good tempo. 5 resources is a sweet spot in this deck, as you're going to tell, because there's no 4 drops in my main.
All right.
Then we got the man himself, Boba Fett. This card's broken. It's just
That boy
wild.
cooking.
Yeah, it's insanely statted, cheap, great effect. And remember, it only hits exhausted units. That was something I had to get used to. I didn't make the misplay into it, but that is something very important. That's why the Cartel Spacer is a little good with the Boba Fett, because you could tap their guy, attack with Boba Fett, deal 3 to it, and if he only had 3 health, boom, he didn't die.
Easy. Keep him around. He's a 3/5. Hard to get rid of.
Yeah. And then the last 3 drop, 3/2, shielded. So this card is just a really good, efficient space unit. And one interesting thing that you can do with ECL as well, this deck abuses this so well, is that shielded is a trigger. So you can activate ECL, trigger the ambush, and kill that 1/3 that I was talking about, and then put the shield on it.
That's pretty good.
So, because the 1 health isn't going to matter on it when it has the shield. So.
Man's over here teaching y'all something.
Yeah, that's very, very important. So that's it for the 3s. It's like all of these are just really good. You don't really need more 3s. You don't want to get clunked up, so. Vader putting in Boba Fett is insane, by the way.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
For the 5s, the boss.
Woo!
You know, it makes
nice ones.
Cards broken. Also, like a lot of these cards are just naturally strong on their own. Just an ambush unit. Whenever you play, event, you can deal 2 to any unit. It can hit space units as well. It's just really strong.
Damn, that sniper goes all the way in space. That's
It does.
crazy.
You see the moon in the background? I'm gonna shoot up there, dude.
I'm gonna shoot up there.
And then the difference inside my deck is that people usually play the Overwhelm 5/5 that turns into a 7/7 when you have your leader with ECL. But I'm actually trying to play the 2 Rook. So this is basically a hedge against blue because it already naturally has 6 health. And then it's shielded as well, so it's really hard to just get rid of. And then when you ECL it, you could just snipe a non-leader very easily. And it trades for like 3 cards sometimes, if you think about it. Because you got shielded, and then 6 is usually 2 cards. Mm-hmm. So this card is really good.
It also plays into the ECL player again with the shielded trick.
Yeah, it does. It's very, very, like, so strong. I wish I played against more blue so I could see how good it is, but I'm pretty sure this is really nice. It's not. I side these out when you play against the aggro decks because you don't need to go that big.
Yeah, you don't really need a 3/6 against them.
Yeah.
Unless they had Sentinel, then we might want it.
Yeah. And then the top end of the deck is 3 Fett's Fire Spray. Whew. I'm missing 1 foil. I need 1 more.
Yeah, don't look at that.
But when it comes in play, if you're who your leader is, it comes in play ready. And then I never use the action to exhaust a non-unique, but just this coming in, just swinging for 5. This was the most important card in my deck when I was playing against Krennic, because I had to just snipe in that damage very quickly. And then we got the Vader, my boy. And this card is just so strong. This deck sets up how to do its damage very well. So the ambush for 5 just gets abused aggressively in this deck. So this is best card in the game.
I love Vader.
Alright, so that's it for the units.
That's all the units. Cool. Let's move on to the other stuff.
So our events. So we got 3 Surprise Strike. This card's really strong with Boba Fett himself, just for the simple fact of you can buff him for 3, swing in for 7. Almost every leader is 7 health or lower. So this just kind of snipes everybody's leader in tempo.
Yeah.
So you flip early and kill their leader. It's really strong. Plus, it's really good for game. Then we got this, No Good to Me Dead. This card is weird. I think I didn't like it because I played against so many aggressive matchups, even though I thought I would like it there, just for a simple fact of they're rebel based, so you have to kill their things because they're going to buff them. So this card's a lot better against like Vader and Palpatine and stuff, just tapping down those big ships. And
yeah, honestly, I was thinking the same thing, because when you look at it, you're like, oh, I could keep your little guy tap, but they're just playing more little guys. So but when they're playing a big guy, it's just 1 big guy, so you could just keep him tap for a little while. And then,
it's like 2 turns essentially, especially if you actually exhaust it.
Yeah, especially if you have initiative, they just had a Vader or a Palpatine, just want to tap that down.
If you think you're gonna have a lot of control in mid-range matchups, I would keep in the main. If you think you're gonna play against a bunch of aggro decks, I think we just move it to the side. Yeah. I don't know why I would replace for it because this deck is very clean anyway, but I can see it. So yeah, that's it for the 2-drop events, and then we got our 3 Waylays. This card's like insane on the Boba turn. So you just activate Waylay, return a non-leader unit to their hand. Activate Boba to untap one of the resources you just tapped. Flip Boba, attack with him, untap the other 2, and you just played a Waylay for free that turn. And then you get to just go like Bosk, ambush, kill something, or use ECL with 3/6 shielded. just a lot of strong plays just off of Waylay on the 5th turn.
Big tempo.
Yeah.
Very big tempo. I've been receiving into that.
Yeah. And then this isn't a ramp deck, but you do still play the 3 resupplies.
Okay, card's broken. Got it.
Yeah, the card's just broken. Next turn you flip Boba. That's what this card says. Just 3 mana ramp, and then next turn you'll be at 5. Boba gets the flip, and this deck abuses Boba when it's flipped. So
kind of makes your turns cleaner, honestly, too.
Yeah, it's just very efficient.
You want your 5s and you want your Boba flips, so it all makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we don't play any 4s, because you're just trying to play Super Technician or Resupply on 3 so that you could go straight to 5.
Fair.
Also, the 4 drops in these colors suck. And then we got the 3 Obies.
Man.
Yeah, this card's just insane. +2/+2. You deal the damage divided as you want. So against Leia, right? Leia's 6, so I just made sure I had initiative on the flip turn. I flip him, and as soon as they flip their Leia, I just barrage it immediately, and they just lose. It's just so much tempo killing someone else's leader in this game.
Yeah. I think it's something that's probably underrated is just like making sure you have initiative for those key turns. And like even holding back maybe a 2-drop unit you would normally play, but instead you're like, okay, let me just take initiative here. And
Yeah, I think I was being very strong on that part, and I think it really showed in that tournament.
I like it.
And then 2 traders. This is very common.
Man. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna play traders in every green deck I play ever.
He's always playing it.
It's insane inside Boba mirrors because it takes Boba Fett. It's just good against everything. When you're playing against the ramp decks and things, you could take their super laser technician, kill it yourself. While you own things with traders, you get the win die effect, so you ramp one.
Nice.
It's also just a really good take your guy on the Boba turn. You just want the Boba turn to be broken. So, yeah. So that's it. Just clean.
Nice.
List,
main list, cool.
And then moving on to the sideboard.
Let's see what we got cooking.
Got 2 cell block guard.
Okay.
I didn't want to main it just because the card's very lackluster. Like, it doesn't have actual text besides Sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, I wish it was in my main because I played against 5 aggro decks.
Yeah, maybe that's the swap for the two drop.
Maybe we need more units. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Cross that bridge when we get there. How about that?
Yeah, I sided in every round besides the Krennic matchup, and it was pretty good. This guy's one of my favorite cards in this game. Just upgrading into having more rush or ambush units in my deck after game 1 is very important when you're playing against those aggressive matchups. And then also, this card's really good against Palpatine for the simple fact of that their what is it called? Their Sentinel guy has a +1 health, so that's exactly 5 to kill it. So this card came up a lot. It was really good. I loved it.
All right. It's been pretty good.
That played 2 Gladiator Star Destroyer. I like this card for a simple fact of all that. You're knows a lot of these are aggro cards. For the simple fact that aggro decks can go on space or ground. So when you ramp a little bit and you get to play this, you get to choose which side you're going to Sentinel. You can Sentinel itself in space, or you can Sentinel something else that you already had in play. So it lets you try to gum up the board on either side. So that was very great.
Very key on those big attack turns from the aggro decks for sure.
Yeah. And then we got 2 Change of Heart. So this card, it almost worked against the Krennic guy, but when I took his Avenger, he went enchantment or whatever it is, give it +3/+3 and can't attack base. So I took his Avenger and then he just made it into 11/11 that can't attack his base, and then there's just 11/11 for the whole game.
Dang.
Sitting over there. But like in theory, and it would have worked if you just didn't have that one card that made it where like just 2 mana can't attack your base. But you want to play against control decks, you want to take their big stuff at the end because you're gonna rush them down a little bit and finish out the game. So it's pretty strong there. This card, you should just cut it because I just never sided it in. I had too many cards for aggro, and I didn't really notice it until I played against aggro all the time. This just gets Sentinel when you have another yellow unit, and I thought I would just want to upgrade into it, but 4 is really bad in my deck. And when you side in these 6, I don't want to side in 2 more cards for aggro. I think my deck was pretty good after siding in those 6.
Right, maybe we need some more cards for the mid-range control matchups.
Yeah, it should definitely be something that would go alongside Change of Heart when I'm playing. So, yeah, maybe it should be the 8 mana 6/9 where you look at the top card, you can bend it to restore 3 or draw it.
Okay.
So
yeah, maybe we want a couple of those on the side.
yeah, possibly.
Card's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, nice.
That is the deck list.
Awesome.
Tournament was really fun. Like, really fun. We were at Cario Tavern. I'm not sure where exactly we were. I know I was, like, a little bit outside of DC. Yeah, very great crowd. Very nice store. Everything was great. Shout out to everybody. I had no bad experiences, too. So far, this game has been very great on a player level. And also as a tournament level is great. Only thing I would want to change is the draw rule because it's a double loss, but it's also making it where everyone has to play. So we did have a 6-0 in our tournament.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
that's the one benefit I think I will say about that rule is the fact that you have to play, so it's a lot less not playing.
Yeah. It's just when you get to those time situations, they're like, oh, it's a double game loss here. You gotta look at your opponent and be like, are you conceding? Am I conceding? Are we die rolling? What's going on? So that was happening a little bit towards the end because there was a lot of control decks. I just didn't play against any of them.
Fair. You just dodged those people.
Yeah, I wanted to play them. I wanted to get in those long, grindy matchups and really show like the true power. But it was really just me trying to be aggressive, blow out the aggro deck, and just keep pushing past them. That's basically what you do. Just be powerful, be efficient. You'll kill those aggro decks every time. So
nice. So moving forward, do you think that it's something you continue playing, or what you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to explore some stuff. I really want to try some Ewing action. But I know I could fall back on this, like falling back on my old green-black things and Magic. But yeah, definitely. I could definitely see myself playing this in the 4K. That's coming up too. So.
I was just about to say, we got the 4K coming up about 3 weeks, I believe, from here.
Yeah. Going to try to top that one as well.
There you
try
go.
To get a double.
Easy clap. I believe you'll do it. I'll be there playing some other game that sucks, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, that other company.
We'll be fine. Maybe I'll win some money too. We'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got anything else you want to say to the people?
Just thank you for supporting. I'm just happy I top for y'all. So
yeah, awesome. Well, thanks guys for all the love and support. We appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps us a lot, and we'll keep making these videos for you guys. We'll see you in the next one. See you guys later.